are worth it. You belong here. Somebody is waiting on you to fulfill your purpose. They're waiting on you to write the script. They're waiting on you to publish the film. They're waiting on you to write the book. They're waiting on you to start the business. And until you get to where you are, you're going to have to put in the work. Hey you guys, it's Michaela Joy. Welcome back to my channel and thank you for watching another video. First, I don't know if you can hear this rattling in the background, but it is my toilet. I don't know why, y'all know I record in my bathroom and I don't know why the toilet is like that. So I'm gonna try to talk louder than I normally would. And I'm kind of a quiet person, so this is out of my comfort zone, but I really want to make this video. This video is all about mental health and mental health awareness. If you do not know, May is the month for mental health. And I just wanted to make this video to shed some light on the importance of highlighting and emphasizing your own personal mental health. Disclaimer, I will be doing my skincare during this video because this is a way that I take care of me. It just exemplifies some of the things I'm going to be talking about in this video, but in no way, shape, or form am I trying to be disrespectful or downplay the severity of the topic of this video, okay? So to me, mental health is always brushed over, especially in communities of color or marginalized groups. And I feel like with my work in film and in the entertainment industry, I definitely want to change the conversation and really shed a light on stuff like that. But why not start here on YouTube? Mental health is somewhat of a taboo topic, but I feel like it's one of the most leading causes of death. Like, we think of diseases, we think of illnesses. What about our minds? As a society, we brush over our mental health so quickly, and I don't understand why. It's a part of our body and it should be valued. I have personal experience in struggling with maintaining a healthy mental state. So I just wanted to come on here and encourage someone and comfort someone and let them know you're not alone. And I want to say this, mental health issues does not discriminate. It doesn't matter how rich, it doesn't matter how poor, it doesn't matter what color, it doesn't matter what gender, it doesn't matter what sexual orientation. Depression, anxiety, and mental health issues does not discriminate. They don't discriminate. Anybody can battle with it. And so it's very important that we understand our own minds, where we come from, how certain triggers affect us. And yeah, so personally, I've dealt with mental health issues. I feel like through most of my childhood, definitely in middle school and high school. I was a quiet person. I was shy in school, quiet in school. I'm the only child. I felt very alone. I do have some abandonment issues, some daddy issues. But I acknowledge that I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed. I'm very thankful for the position that I've been in the village. I'm very grateful for the village that I've had growing up in my life, and I still have, which is something that a lot of people don't have. So I'm very appreciative for my life, and that's okay. And I want to highlight this. People, even to the people who may seem like they have it all, they may have a big house and a big car and all this, your mental health matters. You get what I'm saying? Being ungrateful for what you have and not being humble for what you have and judging other people for what they don't have, that's wrong. But acknowledging that you have mental health issues and they may be just as bad as someone who doesn't have as many material things as you have, it's still important. It's still important. So I've dealt with suicidal ideations. I've dealt with wanting to harm myself, and it has never went into the depths of where I've seen other people go. I've definitely had friends who went through mental health issues, family members. And it's something we just don't talk about, especially Black women. We want to be strong, we want to be independent. And I feel like my generation is starting to grow out of that. We're adapting the soft life mindset and lifestyle. We're learning that we don't want to be the strong Black woman. We want to be the healthy Black woman, okay? That's what we want to be. That's what we want to be. And so it's very important that we take a step back from life and everything that's going on in the world and we think about ourselves for one moment. I know a lot of us always want to save the world. We always want to be there for every family member and every friend. Sometimes the only person that really needs help in that moment is you. Signs that your mental health is not the healthiest shows up differently in specifically Black women, and I'm sure it's different for many other groups than it does for maybe the study set that they use in mental health studies primarily. So, like, for example, anxiety in Black women mostly shows up as anger. Mostly shows up as hostility. So yes, I'm here for you. I understand. I've been there. If you're dealing with mental issues, I completely understand. I've been there. Just know that there's many resources, and I'll put them in the description below, anything that I find, because it's very important that we prioritize that, you know what I'm saying? And we don't wait until they're already gone, until it's too late. That's why it's not okay to judge someone because of what they're going through mentally, and just because you don't understand doesn't mean their mental struggle is not real. Because there's things I'm going through, there's things you're going through that we may never understand, but they are both valid. I talked about this in another video. After my breakup last year, I feel like it topped the cake for a lot of things that have been brewing over the years of my life. And so eventually I just really understood that I need to be spiritually fed. And in that journey, I was introduced to the pastor, Darius Daniels. I absolutely love his sermons. I love his teaching. I love the way he teaches, because he's not only gonna tell you the Bible verse, he's gonna break it down to its true meaning. He's going to give you the meaning of this word and this prefix and all this type of stuff, and he's going to make it make sense for you in your life, and you just know and you feel when it's for you. One of the things I really like that he does at the end of his sermons is he doesn't just teach you something and explain a situation and pinpoint the problem. He also gives you ways to fix it. So I'm going to end my video with 5 ways that may help you improve your mental health, okay? Number 1, the biggest thing I can say right now is give yourself grace. Nobody understands what you're going through like you understand it. Nobody has experienced life the way you've experienced life. Nobody has the family you have, or the friends you have, or the mind that you have, or the beauty and the talent that you have. Give yourself grace. If you have a day where you feel off and you just need a day to decompress, take that day. As long as it's not interfering with your day or it's causing you to become dysfunctional, that's when we go to a healthcare professional and we see what next steps can we take so that my mental health can improve. But give yourself grace. If you don't want to do it, if it's mentally taking a toll on you, it's okay. Take a break. The next thing that I really want to talk about, and just briefly, because I'm not an expert on it and I'm still learning how to do it, but it is establishing boundaries. I'm gonna try to insert the clip of what he was talking about, but oftentimes we think that boundaries are what we place so that other people will not affect us, but in reality, boundaries is how you control how other people's feelings and actions and emotions affect you.
Now, wait a minute, Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Because now you get into some shit.
Yeah,
so, wait, you got to say that again.
Okay.
So what did, oh my gosh, please repeat this.
So let me break it all down. So people, when they talk, you mentioned when your intro that people talk casually about psychological terminology, and they often don't really understand what they're talking about. Boundaries is absolutely one of those categories. People think about physical boundaries. Hey, I'm not going to let him into my space. Or boundaries in terms of behavior you will tolerate. I'm not going to tolerate that anymore. I will create consequences. That is the most superficial aspect of boundaries. Boundaries, what we're really talking about is boundaries around yourself internally, around your emotions. And if your emotions if you're catching other people's emotions, or your pain and anxiety is mobilized by other people's emotions, you have a boundary problem. And
with yourself and your pain body.
In yourself. I had trouble. I vividly experienced this because I was dealing with a lot of abused people, and I didn't know this. I wasn't consciously aware of it till I went to therapy for 10 years to realize, to understand how much my boundaries were porous. But when I would be around people in pain, I would have deep compassion to the point where I didn't understand that my own early injuries were being mobilized. And my reaction to it would be, I've got to make that pain stop in that person. I got to help them, make them better. When in reality, what was going on psychologically is I needed the pain to stop so my pain stopped.
Why would you? It's basically regulating how you let somebody else make you feel. And I am a very big victim of this. Like, I have a problem. Like, when something bothers me, it bothers me. So I'm currently in the process of really affirming and establishing my boundaries and not letting things bother me. One of the things that I've been implementing that I saw on the internet by a specific mental health doctor, and I'll include what she said on the screen, is to adopt the let them theory.
So I've been using this thing called the let them theory. I love this. I want you to try it. Here's how it works. The next time you feel left out, your friends all go out to brunch together and they don't invite you. Let them. Or maybe the person you're dating doesn't want a commitment. Let them. Or perhaps your spouse does not want to do the 5K with you. Let them. Your company is laying people off. Let them. You spend so much time and energy trying to control other people and getting emotionally worked up about things that are beyond your control. You can tap into peace and true control if you let them be themselves. And here's the other thing. If you let them, people will then reveal who they truly are. And when they reveal who they truly are to you, you now know what you can choose next that's right for you. So let them.
If they want to cut you off, let them. When you fully learn the law of detachment and you learn that nobody else's opinions, decisions, words, emotions, or feelings or actions towards you can bother you, you've graduated to another level of emotional intelligence and mental sanity. While we're talking about boundaries, I encourage you to learn more about it and kind of unlearn some of the things that you learned on social media. Oftentimes we think boundaries is, I'm going to cut this family member off, I'm going to cut this friend off. That brings me to my next step. Look inward. It does you no good at looking at somebody else's life and listing things that they've done to you and making yourself more upset. Instead, look inside, look inward. What am I doing that is making me upset? Not gaslighting yourself, not manipulating yourself, but more so putting the focus back on you and not on others, because it's about you living day to day. It's about you fulfilling your purpose. It's about you having a great day, not them. So at the end of the day, you have to look within yourself. The next thing I wanted to point out is to find an isolated hobby. When I say isolated, I mean something that does not feel like work. For me, that's taking a great shower. That's me doing my skincare. That's me shopping online. Another hobby that some people may choose is binge eating, which is something that I also suffer from especially when I was in high school. It used to be a very big problem. And at the end of the day, we think that it makes us feel better when we eat, when we're emotional, when we're sad, when we're happy, when something good happens. And really, it's not helping us. It may make us feel better temporarily, but the true hurt that's deep down inside is still there. You can find many things. I have several journals. Where I can write. Am I consistent with it? No, that's something I'm working on. But they do help me feel better. And being able to look back at the years of the journals that I did use and where I used to pray in those journals really did help me. It really did help me assess where I was back then and where I'm trying to go, and kind of sort of strategize on what I need to do now to prioritize my mental health in this season of my life. Also, reading a book could be another thing. I have this book. This is a really good book by Dr. Ayanna Van Zandt. Very, very good book. Until today, I think this was published in the 90s and is still useful for today, okay? And the last thing I just want to tell you guys is take it one day at a time. Healing is not linear. You're gonna have those days where it's just like, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do this. But understanding and focusing that you are worth it. You belong here. Somebody is waiting on you to fulfill your purpose. They're waiting on you to write the script. They're waiting on you to publish the film. They're waiting on you to write the book. They're waiting on you to start the business. And until you get to where you are, you're gonna have to put in the work. So again, give yourself grace. If you need that day, take that day, but get back up and go harder. Please remember that I love you, and thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope this has encouraged you, and if it has, please share it with somebody else. And thank you so much.